I am Obi-Wan with Hector V. It is the All Four Downs podcast. Tuning in to the NFL WildCard weekend. Stay tuned for our predictions. All right, we are live here Thursday night. Dates were confusing a little bit for me. Not only that I'm excited for the college football playoffs, but then it's like it's a short week for me. Over here, our winter break ended on Tuesday, and like my first day of work was Wednesday, and now it's like my second day, feeling like it's a Tuesday. And then my partner here, Hector, is just texting me, be like, "Hey, we're gonna be on the show, or what?" And I'm like, "Oh man, you're right." So here we are, a little 1 hour delay. Those of you in the Northeast, y'all know what's up with that, with those delays. Snow is coming, but snow is not here, but for some people, man, their Christmas miracles happening. We're going to cover that and much, much more here on the All Four Downs podcast. So let's recap and see what's going on in our brackets. We'll definitely see that the Denver Broncos in the AFC got the bye week. They had the number one seed. And then you got games of Steelers versus Texans, Jaguars and Bills, Patriots versus Chargers. And then on the other side of the NFC, the Seahawks earned their first round bye as the number one seed. And then the Panthers and the Rams will face each other, the Eagles and 49ers, and then the Bears and the Packers. So we got Saturday's games, Sunday games, and then also we have one game, that's the Monday Night Football. So, man, it's the wild card. I already did fill out my bracket and everything else on this, okay? But before we start doing our prediction each, right? What is the biggest surprise for you, Hector, on this bracket?
The biggest surprise for me in this bracket is the Packers, how they just literally fell apart. They squeezed right into the playoffs. They were on top of the world, 5-1-1. And it's like, after that, I don't know, complete meltdown. It's like somebody left the station and just left the machine to run by itself. And man, I'm like, to me, of all the teams that are in the playoffs, that's the big shocker for me right there. How they were the promising team till we're just barely making it right now.
I'm surprised too. Ever since Micah Parsons got injured, it's like the team has not been the same. The defense hasn't been the same, and the function hasn't been the same. So I'm just a little worried about what's going to probably happen this weekend. Mine is again the Steelers, man, biggest shocker. Which, by the way, the Ravens did let go of their head coach. I wish it didn't happen, but then again, like how long you've been with that team, maybe they need a change. But I can say the same with the Steelers, because the Steelers, they got lucky. A missed field goal. And the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, right? It was a battle, the ball, the lead was changing back and forth. So I was like, oh my God, all of a sudden they're alive, right? And for Lamar Jackson, that last play where he took the knee, he could have just left it there in the corner. He would have made it. That ball went wide right. But if it was back at the hash mark, right, on the left hash mark, he would have been able to make it. And then we would have been talking about the Ravens versus the Texans. But no, a miracle happened. The Steelers ended up winning the game. And I wouldn't take it as a celebration. That's the thing. What I don't like about games like that is that you barely made it and you celebrate like you did something great. There was nothing great on both sides of the ball. I'm sorry.
Especially at the end with the Steelers missing the extra point, and then the Ravens go down the field and miss the field goal.
You see how everything developed that way? Is like how many more mistakes can you do? How many times can you give the game away? that on both sides of the ball, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, well, who's gonna do worse? Like, who don't even want to play? It's like, I don't really want to go in the playoffs. I already know what's gonna happen. We're not gonna win it all. No, you go. No, 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 no. You go.
And then I start questioning if the rookie would have made the field goal. Are we even sitting here talking about Harbaugh losing his job or his job in jeopardy?
Nope,
You know what
it
I'm saying?
wouldn't happen.
I mean, for him to get fired because you didn't make the playoffs because of a kick that just barely went wide right, are you going to start putting it all on him because the whole season off that kick? You know what I'm saying? Because he got his third losing season ever since he's been a head coach of that team. He took that team to a Super Bowl and he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he got what? Well, how many Super Bowls did he win? Two?
Uh, no, I think
Yeah. He won two Super Bowls. He beat the Giants and he beat the 49ers.
he beat the Giants in 2000.
Oh no, that's the
No,
wrong head coach. You're
no.
right. He only has one. Oh
Yeah, he
man, my
because he
bad.
could
Yeah, the Ravens won two Super Bowls, but he only won one of them
right
against his brother. Right.
exactly. Yeah, the
Yes,
blackout
yes,
game.
yes.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right. Absolutely,
black.
man. Woo, boy, 2000, he was not around. No, no,
Right.
no. But right, it just seems like
Yeah, but he
like
was
it
good.
was that he's been there that long.
18 seasons with the team. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And to be successful, 15 seasons. Winning season. Winning records. One Super Bowl title. I mean, and you're gonna fire him over what happened this year because of a kick?
I think it was
I
a
don't know.
development. I
Yeah,
honestly, I do think it's a development because of the fact that when they do go to the playoffs, they don't win it with Lamar Jackson. And I still feel like the backup quarterback could have done a lot better than Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Okay. The spark was there for the backup quarterback. Lamar Jackson did play well. Don't get me wrong. When he had to run, he ran. He did what he had to do. And then there was some misplays from his receivers that they could have put the game away and they misjudged it, right?
Hmm.
And what I love about the wide receivers of the Ravens is that when Lamar Jackson's in trouble, they default. They do default mode where they run anywhere just to get open. I like it. But one of their wide receivers on the side didn't keep running. He just stopped and the ball sailed away. So it was like, damn, you missed an opportunity not only to catch the ball, but you had an opening just to score a touchdown. And that could have sealed the deal, but it just didn't go the way it went. So, like I said, there was just so many mistakes on both sides
Yeah.
between the Steelers and the Ravens that it was like, hey, no, you go, you go. And unfortunately, the way things go, we have to see the Steelers host a playoff game, which I wish it was in Houston because Houston deserves it more than the Steelers. I'm sorry. But based on the record and everything else, I get it. They're division champs. Division champs got to have a home game. So it is what it is. So, but the other one also is like, I'm trying to look at all these teams to see if which one has the best defense, right? And because defense wins championships, but you can argue, oh well, what about the Broncos? But how many games did the Broncos have to do a comeback in the fourth quarter to win? And then I go, what about the Seahawks? Is their quarterback ready for the playoffs? Because when it's really time to shine, he doesn't shine when the moment really counts. He didn't do it for any team. What makes Seahawks so special?
Yeah, you're right. I see what you're getting at, but Sam Donald did prove himself.
Sam
Any
Darnold proves himself in regular seasons all the time, though.
I mean, yeah, could beat, but it was very, very impressive to beat the Rams and the 49ers, two division foes, going
But
down the stretch for this
I'm
division
sorry.
title.
I'm not counting the 49ers because they're banged up. I'm
No, but,
sorry.
but we got to stop using that excuse because they were
But they're
one win away
dropping
of
like
getting,
flies, though.
but they were one win away of getting the number one seed and home field advantage throughout.
You're absolutely right. And I totally understand. And but notice how they almost came and clicked at the very end when they finally got a rhythm. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like the Seahawks got to have that rhythm from start to finish. This is the playoffs now. This ain't the regular season game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just got to put it all out there. I don't think right now, and I'm going to make a prediction right now that there will not be a number one seed team going to the Super Bowl. The Broncos and Seahawks will not be in the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from with that because the way things are stacked right now, we don't got Mahomes, we don't got Brady anymore. We got a lot of young quarterbacks, a lot of fresh faces in this
A
tournament.
lot of inexperience, but we do have a mixture of experienced teams that will
Yes,
know how to play the game. And again, you could talk about the regular season, you could talk about all the talent, but now it goes to management. Which head coach has a bigger advantage than anyone here? Okay, and again, I'm not gonna throw it out there. I know you didn't complete all your bracket. I completed my bracket all the way to the Super Bowl, and I have my Super Bowl winner. Um, and it's gonna bite me in the ass, I know, but I just cannot change my pick for what I said during preseason when I said the Rams are going to win it this year. And I do believe that the Rams still could win it because some of these losses could have been prevented, like the Rams versus the Eagles. Like shit just happened in the fourth quarter, right? But on the other side, I did say the Patriots, but now I'm suspect about the Patriots. All right. But we'll continue on. We're going to make our picks. We're going to go weekend by weekend. We'll start off with the wild card. Okay. And let's go ahead and start with our first game Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. Rams go on the road against the Panthers.
mm,
Oh
yeah,
my God. I like how you said,
yeah, because this is we just had this matchup back on November 30th, and the Panthers pulled the upset, winning that game. But
Mhm.
I do not see any way that the Panthers are going to come back and win this game again. I know they're at home because of default, division title. But at 8-9, I am so sorry. I don't see how they're going to take this Rams team, you know, down like they did the last time. You
Mhm.
got Matthew Stafford. He's got Sean McVay. I'm look. You got Kumuka Pukutuka Puakua. Okay,
Whoa, man! What you cussing over there? What's going on over there? What
I
did
don't
you just say?
look. I just see the Rams just manhandling the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I'm not going to just say they're going to beat them. They're going to manhandle them.
All right, listen. If Matthew Stafford avoids turning over the ball, he threw two interceptions, and that was the biggest problem also last week and a week before. He's been throwing a lot of interceptions. He's forcing the ball. He needs to chill out. He needs to chill out.
He
When he
will.
does not throw any interceptions, the Rams are unstoppable. Okay. He went 18 for 28, two interceptions. He did throw two touchdowns, right? And the fact is, watch this. The Rams had the lead and blew it in the second half because of Matthew Stafford. Okay. They were able to rush the ball. All right. Corum did very well, 7 carries for 81 yards. On the other side, the Rams, they couldn't stop the Panthers' running game. That's what helped them the most. It was a combination of Hubbard and Dodal, right? Or Dowdle, whatever
Yeah.
his name is,
Hmm.
right? And Bryce Young also rushed. So they rushed 40 carries for 164 yards. That's a lot. All right. So if they could own the time of possession, slow everything down, and avoid turnovers, I promise you that Matthew Stafford will be successful here. He
He will.
will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I am taking the Rams to beat the Panthers.
I kind of figured you would.
hmm Of course, I have to. I mean, I did pick them. That's no surprise. I'm not a Rams fan, but no surprise. But I am taking the Rams over the Panthers. And the other thing is that we're talking about quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford probably be his last year. If he wins it, he's gonna retire. Not so much for Aaron Rodgers on the other side with the Steelers. I mean, he'll get his wild card game and then he just bounce. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm looking forward to. But it's a 10.5 spread. I will go with those 10.5. This is a different game. Rams were going to put on the Panthers, and it didn't matter if it was the Panthers or the Bucks. The Rams were going to go ahead and dominate in Florida or in Carolina. Rams are going to take it.
Yeah. Rams, the win.
Yeah, the win. And 70 degrees outside, just like California. Yeah. All
Beautiful
right.
weather.
All right. Later on, we got the Packers and the Bears. Who's your pick on this?
I'm going with the Bears on this one. I kind of, to be honest with you, I was flipping back and forth with this one. But I said, you know what? Why am I wasting too much time figuring this out? I'm going with the Bears here. I just feel like the Packers are banged up. I mean, yeah, Michael Parsons makes a big difference on this, with the injury part. But I just think there's more to it. The Bears, I think they got it. I see that they got the Packers favored in this game,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm kind of surprised on that. The
I'm
what
not surprised. To be honest
I
with you,
am,
I'm not.
I am.
Okay. We see things different now. All right.
I'm
But
going with
go
the
ahead.
Bears. I'm going with the Bears on this one. I just think they're complete, and they're ready for the big lights here at home. So I don't see Jordan Love getting things done. I think that Bears defense is going to smother him. So
Well,
yeah.
in the in their last game, they went in overtime, and the Bears won 22-16. But Malik Willis was involved in this game too. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's because Jordan Love got hurt or what. And besides, Jordan Love didn't do so well. Eight for 13 for 77 yards. Yeah. And then on the other side, Caleb Williams, man. I mean, when he can't get anybody open, he's always running. Okay. And he's able to rush over the Green Bay Packers defense. Okay. Um, what else? And it's in Chicago. That's the thing. If it was in Green Bay, I might go slight edge for the Packers, but I just don't see. Honestly, I just don't see it. Both quarterbacks got flaws, and the Chicago rushing offense is just a little bit better than the Green Bay Packers, and they've shown it head to head. I'm picking the Bears to beat the Packers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we agree on that. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hesitate to see. Now the Bears lost two straight games to Detroit and San Francisco, but the head coach is just pissed off. He was upset. He was like, "Yo, like they're doing dumb stuff. They're not disciplined." Now the other side, Green Bay has lost four in a row. How are they going to snap that four-game losing streak? That's very hard to do. Going into playoffs and you lost four in a row. The Denver, Chicago, Baltimore,
yeah.
Minnesota.
hmm
And then in Minnesota, they barely, I know Jordan Love didn't play, but still 16-3. That's not showing me that there's confidence moving into the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I get it,
Yeah.
but
All right, fair
it's,
enough. This
and we can't blame the weather because they're both places are cold anyway. So
33 degrees with possible snow in the forecast. So
that's right up
yeah,
both their alleys. Yeah.
yeah, it's in their alleys. Yeah. Moving on to Sunday, January 11th, we got the Bills visiting the Jaguars.
Yeah. I know you're not gonna like this, but I'm going
No,
with the
no, no,
Bill.
no, 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 no. You
I
better
know.
not pick my pick.
No, I'm
All
not.
right.
I'm not. I know
You
I'm
sure
not.
about that?
I'm sure I am. I'm sure
Okay,
I'm
go
not.
ahead. Go ahead. Go
But
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going with Buffalo.
Okay.
I'm going with Buffalo. I mean, it's like that. You're like in a relationship with somebody and you really love them, and you don't want to give up on them, even though they disappoint you year after year. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like I'm just like not wanting to give up on the Buffalo Bills. Look, I get that the
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville Jaguars here, they got one of the top NFL top rushing defense, and they can slow Josh Allen down. They probably can slow down James Cook. But I just feel
Mm-hmm.
like Buffalo is going into Florida, and they're going to pull out this upset. They're going to find a way of slowing down Trevor Lawrence and company. And I just think the Buffalo Bills are going to pull out an upset here.
The Bills and the Jaguars to me have similar schedules. They've played contenders and they played garbage teams, right?
Yeah.
But lately the Jaguars been handling their business.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like the Bills that went to Miami and lost. That's not that type of Jaguars that I see. But on the other side, I mean the Bills they made a statement, right? They beat the Jets 35-8. But then on the other side, the Jaguars beat Tennessee 41-7, right? And I'm like, damn, like everyone's, you know, they're finding their mojo, right?
Yeah.
I don't. This is here was my hard pick. It was, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm picking them to beat the Bills, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I know, like every year, we want the Bills to win it, and they have it, but I feel like the Bills are one dimensional.
Right.
And then we got distraction with Diggs getting into trouble with law and stuff like that. That, you know, how serious is the Bills right now for
Yeah.
this playoffs? And
Well,
then how many more chances are they going to get? And this is a wake up call, you know. And for the Jaguars, this is a comeback. Trevor Lawrence needs something. Trevor Lawrence has played better than Josh Allen.
when it
So
comes to the playoffs, the Bills in the last 5 years are 5-0 in the wild card round.
you're
Even though they
right,
were
but
all at home, but we talk about experienced quarterbacks here, and I feel like Josh got that slight advantage when it
yeah,
comes to playoff experience than
but the,
Trevor
but the Chiefs
Lawrence.
are experienced, and look where they're at. They didn't make it.
Well, we're talking about the teams that were in it right now.
No, but I'm just saying. I think that the era of always depending on teams to go and make it through, it's over. We're gonna see new teams pushing on forward, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I know the AFC South have not been respectful, but this is their year,
But you got
and
to
that
get
they're making a lot of noise.
And you're right. Jacksonville is making noise. And look, Trevor Lawrence is taking this team to a whole different level right now because Jacksonville's
Mhm.
on a winning streak going into the playoffs. They're
Yeah.
one them besides the Texans, Jaguars are hot. Them two teams are the hottest teams, in my opinion, right now in the AFC. Okay.
Hmm.
No doubt about it. But without Joe Burrow there, without Patrick Mahomes there, there's no there's no room for error for Josh Allen not to get to the Super Bowl. He's playing against these young quarterbacks that don't have all that much experience into the playoffs. You had 18 games to get things right. That's why the
Hmm.
Patriots are where they're at. That's why the Jaguars and the Texans are where they're at. But it only takes one loss to get you out of this and send you home packing like it did last year with the Vikings, who was 14-3 and bounced in the first round.
Hmm.
Okay. So Josh Allen,
Look,
you're right. The time is running out for the Buffalo Bills. You're absolutely right.
right.
But look who they kept on running into: the Joe Burrows and the Patrick Mahomes. They're out of the picture now. There's no reason why the Bills cannot go pushing through in the playoffs, not with ease, but they could push through with a little more, less friction than it has in the past
The
5 years.
problem with the Bills is they don't have an elite defense.
I get
They
it.
don't have deep defense wins championship. You can have the best offensive quarterback, but you got to have defense to win. Jacksonville Jaguars has a better defense than the Bills. Okay. Um, and let's top it all that. We're talking about quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence is having the best season of his whole entire career. His fifth season, he's already thrown over 4,000 yards. He what's it called, has the highest mark in his career with 29 passing touchdowns. The only flaw he has is like it's like looking at Eli Manning. That dude has already thrown 12 interceptions. He need to stop doing that. You know what I mean? That's his problem, right? But he's also a threat when it comes to rushing. He's already rushed over 300 yards this season, right? And again, I can see why the spread is at 1.5. They do not trust the Buffalo Bills. If the spread was at 3.5 in favor of the Bills, then I'm like, all right, go ahead, Bills. I think they're gonna take it. But you're giving a pick 'em game. No one's sure what type of Bills we're gonna see on the road. They're five
Well,
and three, and then Jaguars at home is 7-2.
then what should that tell you if this is almost a pick'em game about the Buffalo Bills? Because the Jaguars are coming into this game with an 8-game winning streak, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they're 5-0 at the last 5 games. So if they're putting this as close as they are, then they have to be telling us something about Buffalo, who can actually win this game over a team who's hot.
No, but we're talking about experience. If the Bills are supposed to win this game, right, then the spread would have been bigger. And we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know when's the last time they've been in the playoffs, but we're still not sure about who the Jaguars are yet. And in this game, the Jaguars are going to win and beat the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's not possible. I mean, because the
I mean,
Jaguars
of
are
course, anything can
they,
happen. I'm
they,
just
they
saying.
they are the number 3 seed for a reason, and they almost caught the Patriots and the Broncos. I mean, they made a run at this. So I'm taking nothing away from the Jaguars. I
Right.
ever since they came into the league back in what 93, 94, whatever they came in the league,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that they would be the first ones to get to the Super Bowl before the Panthers, but yet the Panthers surpassed them and got to two of them. I would like to see the Jaguars one day get into the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good story, but I just feel like Buffalo just got something in the tank still that they can mix it and just get past the Jacksonville Jaguars in
I
this
got one
game.
more formula for you. You ready? One more formula. Josh Hines Allen, it will be the guy that they need to protect Josh Allen from because he's the leading sacking guy in that team. And that Jaguars defensive lineman, they're very quick. Okay. And so I'm just saying they better be careful. But I'm leaning more on the defensive side. And you got the Bills, I got the Jaguars. We'll see. And I'm glad we are split because even the spread has a split on both teams too. So let's go ahead and move on for the next game following that. The 49ers versus the Eagles.
Yeah, I didn't want to do this one, but I'm going with the Eagles, man. You're
Mm.
right. When you said it a little while back that the 49ers are banged up, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but I just think
I
it's
will
going to
be surprised if they put out a like a card or whatever. Be like, like in a video game when your health is low when you're fighting, and all of a sudden you're like the Super Mario Brothers, and then dun, 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 right,
yeah.
and you get the star, and then you're back to life, right? Could the 49ers eat a stars or something? Or could it take a playbook from Super Mario Brothers? I don't know, but I think Eagles are going to fight and they're going to get dirty. They're going to hit the trenches. I too got the Eagles winning and defeating the 49ers. As much as I don't want to pick them,
I know. I
I
don't either.
have
I
to.
don't.
I
I
have
don't
to.
because
But
I
hey,
because
I'll take the L on this, the 49ers. I mean, I'll be proud of it.
yeah, I would too. You know what I'm saying? Because Eagles, man, they just look like dun half the time when they're playing. I mean, I don't
Mm.
get them. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
this could be a high scoring game because the Eagles' offense is really lacking, but the defense for the 49ers lack too. So we can
yeah.
actually see a shootout here, I think, in Philadelphia.
Man, the 49ers had a chance to at least make it closer against Seattle, right? That one throw that was given to their running back and it transitioned to an interception that kind of killed the flow. Like every time the 49ers were trying to flow, right? It's something got messed up.
Mhm.
But you're right. Even the Eagles lost to the Chargers in overtime. They lost to the Commanders, and I know they pulled the guys out for resting purposes and stuff.
Hell, they lost to
And
the Giants. The
yeah,
Eagles
yeah,
lost
yeah,
one game to the Giants.
yeah. I mean, there's no excuse there.
No.
But and they beat the Buffalo Bills though, 13-12. So I mean, something's got to give, right?
I guess it's a give and take
Yeah.
situation. I guess, yeah.
All right. We both got the Eagles on this game. Moving on to the next, the Chargers versus the Patriots. Who you got?
I'm going with the Patriots, man. I'm going with the
Mm.
Patriots, but this is going to be a low scoring game.
Oh, it's gonna be low.
It's
How
going to be
low
low.
can you go?
It's going to be lower than 45 and a half that they're giving it.
How low can you go?
I'm telling you. I mean, Drake may be right now in contention for that MVP, and they're playing at a high level. But don't sleep on the Chargers defense, bro. You
Oh,
know,
I'm not sleeping. You know
that's
why? You know why I'm not sleeping? Because I'm picking the Chargers to win this game. This
that
is
will
gonna be
be
an upset.
that will be an awesome upset right there, and I would
Look,
not be mad at it. I would not be mad at it.
8.5 spread means that's a default for the home team.
Yeah.
Give me the Chargers to win this game.
I mean, you talking about the Chargers is their pass defense is fourth in the league, and you talking about their eighth in rushing defense. I mean, I don't see how Drake May is going to really. He's going to struggle against this Chargers defense. He's going to
Look,
struggle.
Drake May had his career where he's throwing over 4,000 yards. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is his first playoff game,
Yes,
right?
I think so.
But the Chargers are hungry, and this is hardball,
Yeah.
and that the Chargers didn't make it last year, right?
No.
No, so their focus, their goal. Now that the Chiefs are out the way, they could concentrate and get onto the Patriots and beat the Patriots.
That would be great. Seriously. I mean, not none against the Patriots because they're finally doing something without, you know, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So they're on the right track.
And the Chargers need to get on track. They lost their last two games. They
Hmm.
lost to Denver. They lost to Houston. Well, Denver because they rest their players, right?
Yeah.
They used the backup quarterback, so I got it. He had to get healthy anyway, so that's good. But then on the other side, the Patriots, you beat up the Jets and the Dolphins. Okay, congratulations. That
Yeah.
really sets you up for the playoffs.
Yeah. Executing
So, who you
participation.
rather have? Denver, Houston in the last two games, or Dolphins or Jets to prepare you?
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I'll take the Chargers on this one. And you say the Patriots?
I'm taking the Patriots, but I'm not going to
Oh,
be mad at. I'll celebrate with you if the Chargers win this game.
celebrate
Break good
tonight.
time. All right.
Come on. Dun, 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 let's celebrate. And then we're moving to Monday Night Football. Is the Texans on the road to the Steelers? Okay, that's enough of my singing. Um,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
whatever, dude.
While you were singing, I was on the phone with my ear doctor, saying I need an appointment
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah, for reals? Nah.
Yeah.
So the Texans going on the road against the Steelers, and I'm gonna put my haterade on. And yeah, I am going for the Texans to beat the Steelers. I know they're favoring this game by 3 points, but that's sad because Pittsburgh being at home, you would think they'll be, get that -3, but not so much. And
Mm-mm.
listen, there's something even I do believe that the Steelers need a new leadership. I think they need a new head coach because Mike Tomlin is not going to get past the wild card once again. You can have your winning regular season, but where is your Super Bowl? You got one Super Bowl win. Can't you get another one? I mean, you and the Ravens are the same thing. Harbaugh got fired. Could he get dismissed after this game? I mean, I've seen it before. You know what I mean? I mean, San Diego Chargers did that with Marty Schottenheimer when he won first place in the AFC West, couldn't win a playoff game after a bye week, and they fired him after the divisional round.
Yeah.
So
But
this
the
could
thing,
be.
no, I don't see it happening because the way the Rooney family works with that
Mhm.
Pittsburgh Steelers organization, they stay true and loyal to their coaches that they hire.
So
Okay.
Mike Tomlin is gonna have to be like, "Yo, I'm done. I'm gonna retire."
I think so because the Rooney family is not like these other owners who, oh, wait a minute, we had a losing season. Oh, we're not winning in the playoffs. You're fired. They
Mm,
see something in their coaches, and that's why the Steelers have a long running, history of success as an organization because they don't just jump from coach to coach to coach to coach looking for their
right,
next good fix. You see what I'm
right,
saying? They understand the process that you're not going to always get to the promised land, but you taking us in the right direction. It's just taking us slower than normal because with Mike Tomlin, he's never had a losing season. So you got to take that into account for something. Okay. That even before him, Jim
hmm
Cow was a coward, right? He only won one Super Bowl with the
but
Steelers.
he was there for a long time too. Yes,
Exactly. And only
right.
won one Super Bowl.
Hmm
Okay, only one. But the Rooney family just didn't chunk him to the curb. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? He left on his terms, brought in Tomlin, and the winning continues. I would love for my Giants as a fan. I would love to have my New York Giants have a winning season for 19 consecutive years. At least
Absolutely.
I would have something to be happy about
Yeah.
because
Well,
I know because I know we're either going to win the division and get into the
mhm.
wild card, and maybe get past the first round. If not, but at least I know every year we're gonna have a winning record. But for us fans, as the Giants, we're licking wounds, winning 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, 2 games, 3 games. I mean, you got to give the Steelers some bit of credibility here that the owners know what they're doing.
Mhm.
Okay, because you look at Jerry Jones, and I'm not trying to harp on the Cowboys, but look at Jerry Jones. He can't seem to get anything right with his Cowboys, and it's always one thing after another.
Right.
Right? So and going into this game, the Steelers under Mike Tomlin is 11-0 on Monday Night Football games at home. And at the same time, as an organization, the Steelers have won 23 consecutive home Monday Night Football games going into this game against the Houston Texans.
Well,
So
blame Aaron Rodgers then.
they're gonna look at history here, but I see where you're going at, and I'm on your side on this one. I think the Texans are much more defensively sound in this game, and if Aaron Rodgers has struggled against weaker known defenses, he's going to have a long night at home against this Houston defense. This team
Look,
right here is almost built for the Super Bowl, to be honest.
listen, let me tell you this. Detroit messed up against the Steelers, right? And they blew it, allowing the Steelers to win.
You're right.
The Steelers went ahead and lost to the Cleveland Browns,
Mm-hmm.
to Shador Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
They should have lost to Baltimore. We should have been talking about the Ravens because Baltimore played a lot better than the Steelers. Okay. When it counted, but missed field goals and missed field goal, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
However, this season was mediocre. It really was. Okay. And this Texans, they had a rough start. They remind me of the New York Giants when they won last the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and they they won, right, 9-7 record. They finally found a way. I think they started 0-2, 1-4,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just went on and won and got that winning streak, and everything was on the road. The Texans have to do everything on the road. Okay, they lost their first 3 games. They were 0-3.
Yes.
Then they were 2-3, and then they were 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if it wasn't for that loss against the Denver Broncos, soon after that, they went to town. Okay. And they beat Jacksonville, Tennessee, Buffalo. They put Colts in place. They beat the Chiefs, right? And then the Chargers as well. So they've been winning and winning and winning. And CJ Stroud, again, he continued, but if it wasn't for the quarterback, their backup quarterback, Davis Mills, I mean, he was also part of this winning streak as well. Okay. What I'm telling you is that they are disciplined.
Yeah.
They are disciplined, and it's going to show on Monday night why the Texans are for real.
Give me a sec.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, give me a sec, if you don't mind. I know we're live on the air, but you got to give me a second.
I'll give you a second.
No, just cut me off for a second. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. All right. He'll be back momentarily. But yeah, like I was saying, the Texans, man, they got it going on. They're 12-5 for a reason, 5-3 on the road. But they coming in here and look at the players that they have going head to head with CJ Stroud, over 3,000 yards passing. But then again, he missed some games compared to Aaron Rodgers with over 33-22. Okay. Their running game is not much as expected, but if you were talking about defense pretty much carried this team. So I am predicting that the Texans will go ahead and defeat the Steelers. And I think my boy Hector as well is definitely on my side on this one as he's coming back right now. Do you agree?
Yes, for sure.
All right.
There's no doubt about that. I think, like I said a little bit ago, before I had to jump off real quick, I think Houston prematurely right now. I think Houston is built with this defense that they could make a loud noise and a big run at it right now.
All right, and then here's my final thought of all this. Right, man, let me see if this works.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Well, I saw something.
Oh boy. Oh man, I think I messed something up. Oh, I made another one. I didn't know that button. Well, if I tune in, I was trying my best here. This is my my playoff scenario here, right? As we're making this picks, this is the standard. And then I'm going to flip. So if everything goes great as planned, which I'm hoping for, please do. Now you'll see that Broncos will face the Chargers for the divisional round. The Jaguars and the Texans will dance once again, which I love part 3 on this because they have a split. And then on the other side, I do predict that Seahawks will host against the Rams. And the best thing about the NFC West is like the road teams got a better edge on all this. Okay. And then the Bears versus the Eagles, that's going to be a great one. Philadelphia, Chicago, man, clashing. I mean, that's marketable right there. So that's my prediction. Let's see if that goes through. Uh, but again, I just don't trust any any of the
Number
number
one.
one seeds on both the AFC and the NFC. I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
You know, it's the playoffs is a whole different season. We know that, and when it gets
Hmm.
down to it, one little mistake costs you the game, and you're out of the playoffs. No matter how much you did well, I
Right.
I was like last year. I thought the Vikings were going to make a big run at it. They were going to make a lot of noise, and they just choked in their very first game. And could we see that with Sam Darnold again this year? You know what I'm saying? Here we go again. Another team, another great record. This time you got the first round bye. Will that hurt you? I mean, we'll see. Um, you,
Hmm.
but again, we talked about it. We got a lot of young quarterbacks in this league that in the playoffs that we're seeing the future here. We're going to see a lot of these quarterbacks making it consistently throughout the next few years into the playoffs. And who knows who's going to be the next rival quarterbacks against each other? Could it be May versus Knicks? Could we be seeing that develop? You know, because Mahomes looked like he's on a downhill slide. Josh Allen don't got that much time left. Hurts don't think got that much juice left in him. Stafford is on
Hmm.
his last leg. And so here we are, looking at the next generation of quarterbacks, you know.
Right. Absolutely. And you know what? This is a wild card weekend that reminds us why the NFL owns January, right? They got the chaos, the redemption, the heartbreak, and the heroes stepping up when the lights are in their brightest. So
Hmm.
every snap matters, every mistake was magnified, and every win could come with a price, right? To
Yeah.
advance to the next round while the other ones go home. The road only gets narrow from here on out, and the margin for error, like you said, is going to disappear fast. And listen, defense wins championships. That's all I'm saying. But Hector, I appreciate you. Thank you for having patience and waiting for me. But we got this done, and that is it for our edition of All Four Downs. If you joined the show, please subscribe, like, and review. Leave your comments about this podcast, and wherever you listen to, please put us on your favorite podcast platform. Share it with your friends, and let's live it for another weekend of football. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, I'll see you guys next week for the divisional round and for the prediction of the national championship of college football. Thank you. Take care, everyone. And once again, Happy New Year.
Yeah.